What if I told you that your birth chart isn't just the cosmic map, it's a prescription for your healing, growth, and powerful transformation in your life? What if those astrological remedies you have heard about, everything from mantra, chanting, crystals, gemstones, donations, aren't an old age superstition at all, as people would tell you, but tools to tune you? They are like the tools to tune your life, like a spiritual Spotify playlist. But here's the twist, not every remedy is made for you. In fact, the wrong one, it's like putting a diesel in a petrol engine. Messy, expensive, and potentially very explosive, right? So in this video, we are going to cracking open the mystery that why some remedies might feel like magic while others terribly flop and they don't work. Why they work, when they backfire, and how they tell the difference, and how to use them in the right way. That's more important. Astrological remedies are very important in our life. Based on every unique birth chart, every unique karmic blueprint, we have to suggest the remedies. So grab your birth chart, your curiosity, and take a relaxing spot, because in the next 20 minutes you are about to see astrology not as just a fate written in the stars, but as a guidebook to choose your own adventure to healing, to self mastery, and even like spiritual powers in the life. The very first thing which I wanted to discuss today is that why do people doubt remedies? Why do people are suspicious about remedies? The thing is that if you are from the West, you would know how astrology is almost seen as a scam. Astrological remedies often receive skepticism, especially in the modern Western mindset. And it's not people's fault. There are so many so-called astrologers just for taking money. Many people in the US and Canada view astrology with a symbolic value at the best. They take it with a grain of salt, and the remedies are often seen as the most outdated ritual with no actual relevance. But the skepticism is fair, because in many cases people are given very generic copy paste solutions that don't help them, and that's the real problem. The real problem isn't astrology, but how it is practiced. Remedies are highly individual and must be aligned with your unique planetary position, your dasha period, and your karmic blueprint. It's just like how a doctor would prescribe you medicine based on your personal health condition, your symptoms, and medicine would be different for different prescription for different patients. So think of them not as a superstition, but as an energy medicine for your higher well-being. Astrological remedies are nothing but they are the energy medicine for your higher spiritual well-being. And what are the astrological remedies? There are many different types which we'll discuss in this video. Astrological remedies are practices that are meant to balance the effects of the planetary energies in your birth chart, like positive planets, negative planets. Upayas, which is also known as remedies. Upayas are the methods by which you can improve your horoscope, your planetary impact, and your destiny. Jyotish books list different methods. Often they look very simple, clear, and accessible. But this can create unnecessary illusion and later disappointment, because those could be very generic. Again, not one remedy applies to every one of you. It has to be tailor-made. So let's try to figure out how to avoid both the delusions and the frustrations due to unsuccessful results. Remedies includes mantras, gemstones, fastings, donation like food donation, rituals, and even any act of good service. Each planet governs different aspect of your life. For instance, Mars affects your drive and energy, while Moon governs your mind, your emotions. A remedy works by aligning you with the higher vibration of the planetary energy is very important. So in a sense, a remedy or a upay is a loan. Today it gives you what you don't have, but tomorrow you will have to return everything with a solid interest. Therefore, you need to calculate in advance both your possibilities for repaying the loan, otherwise it may come back to you and haunt you even in the next life. And there are ways to obtain it. Let's jump into the 6 types of remedies which I have listed. And the first and the oldest form of remedy is the yagna, or a sacred fire ritual. These are conducted by the trained Vedic priest who chant specific mantras to invoke planetary energies and also obtain into the fire. For example, a Shani Yagna is performed to pacify the energies of Saturn, while a Navgraha Puja, or you might have heard about Satyanarayan Mahapuja, which is placed at home, is done for balancing all the 9 planets and a good peace around you. The beauty of the yagnas or the rituals lies in the spiritual intensity. They purify not only your surroundings but also your inner vibrations because of the mantra chanting. However, they are usually done by someone who's like trained, who's certified, a priest on your behalf, which means like your personal involvement in the process would be there, but we need someone, some trained person for that. They can be very powerful. They could be sometimes like expensive because there are certain priests, they would charge money, and depending upon how authentic or the practitioner is and not, so there is always this a little bit dilemma. So you have to identify that who could be the best person. The second upaya is the most spoken in astrology, that's the gemstone. This is perhaps the most commercialized remedy today, but also one of the most misunderstood. Each planet corresponds to a specific gemstone. For example, ruby is for the planet Sun, pearl is for the planet Moon, green emerald is for the planet Mercury, and so on. The list goes on. When worn properly, the gemstones act like a cosmic antenna, absorbing the transmitting planetary energy into your aura. It's a remedy that works silently and constantly, enhancing positive quality of the planet. But here's the catch: wearing the wrong gemstone and wearing it incorrectly can worsen the karma. For example, wearing a blue sapphire for Saturn, which is for the planet Saturn, if the Saturn is weak in the birth chart, if you wear it where in a ring finger, or in a wrong finger, or with some other gemstone which is not as friendly to Saturn, then it will disturb the harmony. I typically don't recommend much gemstone because there is like, it's a big market, big commercialized, as I have said, in many parts of the world. Gemstones, like my teachers who taught me astrology, they never believed in gemstone. They said that karma is the biggest thing. Gemstone is okay. Wearing like an appropriate gemstone would help you in spiritually or in terms of improving your health. 20-30% of the potential benefits are there in gemstone. But there is no gemstone in this world which by wearing that you will achieve that materialistic gains. For example, you're not getting married. You ask me, okay, Gautam, which gemstone should I wear? I need a good relationship. I need to get married. I need a partner. By wearing a gemstone is not going to attract that marriage. Or by wearing a gemstone, you will not get rich. There was one person. He was like, he was asking me that, okay, recommend a great gemstone so that I win the next mega lottery ticket. I want to win the next $10 million. And I was like, no, like wearing gemstone will not give you the riches. It will help you somewhere spiritually or in terms of your improving your health, your boosting your little confidence. But wearing the gemstone, that's not going to sort of make you rich, because it's commercialized. The third remedy, now this one is one of my favorite, and this works 100% in your life. And the best remedy in Vedic astrology is the mantra chanting, the practice of repeating sacred Sanskrit sounds associated with each planet. This is not just about reciting something. You're invoking vibrations that align you with your higher cosmic energies. For example, chanting Om Namah Shivaya regularly, every single day, is going to bring inner peace and balance, and multiple planetary influences will be there positively. More specific mantras like Bij mantras of specific planet, that can be of great advantage. So the advantage of mantra chanting is that it calms your mind and deepens your connection with the divine energies. But pronunciation matters. The mantras are in Sanskrit, are vibrational code. They are like coding. Time thousands of years back, when the astrology was written, when all the mantras were decoded and they were coded in the language Sanskrit, it was highly technical. They were technologically very advanced. You imagine, without any telescope, they could see planets like Saturn, Jupiter, and without any mathematical like calculator or computers, they were able to, the saints, the Rishi Munis, the sages who wrote astrology were able to know the speed of the planets, the distance between Sun and Earth, the distance between Earth and Saturn, and they knew everything. They knew everything. The technology was something phenomenal at that time, which faded away. In this Kali Yuga, we don't have that. So mantras are in Sanskrit, are the vibrational codes, and incorrect chanting any mantra can either have no effect or maybe sometimes I have seen like a negative effect. So that's why it's very important to learn the method correctly and maintain that consistency of the words of the mantra. You can watch YouTube for the mantras. Okay. The fourth remedy is the use of yantra, which is a sacred geometric symbol representing the energy of deity of or a planet. Yantras are like, for example, the Shri Yantras, the Navgraha Yantra, or the swastika, or there are many different forms of yantra you might have seen. They are not just decorative, but they are subtle energy devices that radiate powerful vibrations when properly placed in the right direction of your house. You can keep them on your, in your office, in your wallet. You can wear them as a pendant. The beauty of yantra lies in it's in its simplicity. You don't need to do much. Just keep it very sacred in a sacred space and offer regular devotion. But if you use it without understanding, like placing it in the wrong direction or without energizing it, the results can be ineffective. So again, guidance from an expert is the key. The fifth form of remedy is very famous in these days. Manifestation. Sankalp. A vow or a commitment made with full intention. Unlike the rituals or objects, Sankalpa, the manifestation, is deeply internal. It could something like deciding to fast every Thursdays or every Monday for the planet Jupiter or the moon, or promising to avoid anger on Tuesdays for Mars. You have to manifest in order to achieve higher things. These small but very powerful promises gradually shift your karmic pattern, and it helps a lot. And manifestation sankalp is like you challenge the universe that okay, I like something and I'm going to quit it, but you have to bless me with something which I am looking for. I am looking for a good stable career path, a good stable job in this year. So I'm going to quit smoking, and I'll quit smoking for the rest of the year, for the rest of 5 months, 6 months. Not like if you are on December and you will quit smoking for the rest of the year, would be just couple of days. Just kidding. But you have to lose something in order to achieve something. You know what I'm trying to say? Manifestation or sankalp works in such a way. I'm just like, smoking is just an example I'm giving, but if you have something which you really love to do something, and you feel that okay, that is not adding any value to you, for example smoking, getting late in the morning, or you are too much on the social media, you have some sort of a habit which is not an appropriate habit, you know what I'm trying to say, or anything which you should have not done but you wish you could have quit it for something better. Quit that. Take the sankalp, take the manifestation with the universe that you will quit it, but you will get something instead of that. It could be a good job, if you want a good health, if you want a good relationship with your partner, it could be anything. You have to manifest, and you have to be very disciplined, okay? Because it taps into your willpower and your self-discipline. It forces you to engage with the qualities of the planet you're trying to balance. So however, this remedy also requires the highest level of sincerity. You have to be very sincere. You cannot cheat. Planets are watching you. So if you make a sankalp and then fail to follow them, then it can create more inner resistance. So start with a small manifestation, a small sankalp with something meaningful and manageable, and build from there. Okay. The last type of a remedy is perhaps the most underrated upaya or the remedy, which is daan, donation, or selfless charity. In Vedic tradition, donation is considered as one of the most powerful ways to balance the karma. Each planet is associated with some specific form of giving. Donating, for example, for Saturn is black sesame seeds, for Sun is like wheat, fruits, for moon is water, Mercury is books, and the list goes on. We'll definitely do more videos on the remedy. I think I have done some videos on remedies of each planet, so you have to go back and watch the remedy playlist for the remedies of each planet. See, when you donate, when this donation remedy is done with clean heart, wholeheartedly, charity acts like an instant karma cleanser, and it really works. The thing is that, when you give something selflessly, you give away your ego also. You donate, you get that happiness. Have you ever experienced that, you saw someone less fortunate person and you just gave him a coffee or some food, and the person was very happy, smiled at you, and you saw and you were like, thank God, thank you universe for giving me this opportunity to help others, bringing smile on other people's face. So that is the selfless act of giving. It works. This works. The mantra chanting works. Gemstone, crystals, yes. Gemstone is like very expensive and commercialized, right? So not recommending much, but crystals, inexpensive. Yes, it works. It has energies. You need like strong, solid crystals with you. The yagna, that works. Yantra. So one quick question which is coming up from many people, that what is the scientific versus the spiritual logic behind the astrology and the remedies? So one of the most common objection is that where's the science in this? Where is science? Is it scientific? And that's a fair question. While we may not have double blind clinical trials for every mantra, there is growing research in neuroscience also showing how mantra chanting can change the brain's electromagnetic field, reducing the stress and enhancing more focus. Neuroscience scientists are already doing this research. Frequency, vibration, and intention. These are not just spiritual concepts. They are measurable forces now. Chanting a mantra has shown that it really helps to calm the nervous system. Yoga, meditation, definitely works. Comment below and let me know what are your thoughts on this. Does meditation works for you? Does yoga works for you? And remedies are not like magic. They are not vibrational medicine. So the next question is that why remedies don't work? See, not all remedies work, and sometimes they make things worse also, right? Why? Because many people follow very generic advice from internet or some Instagram reel or something, and astrologers don't deeply analyze the chart. And for example, wearing a yellow sapphire for Jupiter might seem very benefic. It's benefic, but if Jupiter is weak in your chart, Jupiter is in your 8th house or 12th house, then it will worsen your problem, right? And mantra chanting has to be appropriate. Remedies must be aligned with your dasha, with your ascendant, with your planetary combination in your birth chart, as well as with your karma. Without proper customization, a remedy is like taking medicine without diagnosis. And what about free will and karma? Karma and free will, right? Astrological remedies do not erase karma. They help you to navigate through it with more grace and less suffering. Think of remedies as an umbrella in the rain. You are still walking through the storm, but you are not getting soaked completely because of the remedy, because of the umbrella. Remedies are meant to support your free will and spiritual growth in life, not and remedies doesn't override your life lessons. If you still need to go through a breakup or in relationship or a job loss, the remedies might help reduce the pain and provide clarity, but not prevent the experience entirely. Next question is that very important, that don't do this with remedies. So many people mix too many remedies or jump from one to another without consistency. It's not good. Don't mix up. Don't make a mocktail of it. Mocktail of remedies. A lot of people unknowingly use harmful, tantric remedies. There are which are black magic and discuss. Remedies should be very simple, very sattvic, easy, pure, consistent. Another common mistake is expecting results in a week. There was a client, I gave some remedy to chant mantra. I told them, okay, chant this mantra, you'll get result. And within 1 month, they're like, oh, it's not working, nothing is happening. I'm like, it's just 25 days, not even almost a month. Please be careful, be patient. Remedies like mantra chanting, they take time. Look at it in such a way, the karmic baggage which you are carrying from so many years, it will not detox in just 1 month. It takes time. Generically, if you start with like meditation or a mantra chanting, you have to build at least a 45-day cycle. 45 days continuously, consistently you have to do it. Then it will start showing its result. Or the second best result time is after 108 days, 108. Now 108 has a lot of impact in life. 108 is connected with, I did a video on what is impact, significance of 108 in astrology. You don't uproot a tree in a day, you water it regularly and let the nature work its magic. So remedy is not like any magic. It won't work in a day or a week. It takes time. Okay, you have to be very patient. And remedies by planets and dashas is also very important, that each planet rules certain traits and challenges. For example, sun, it's the self-worth and leadership. Remedies include sun salutation, surya mantra, solar energy, solar, more connection with the solar. So every single planet has its own specific remedy, and what planet is placed in what position in your birth chart, that's what we see. As an astrologer, we see, okay, if you have planets in your first house, 9th house, 10th house, 11th house, 5th house, they are pretty good. If for example, if any planet is debilitated, so it is weak, and if it is debilitated in the 4th house, 10th house, 7th house, 1st house, you can do remedy for it. Definitely you have to enhance the power of that planet by doing certain remedies. So you have to check the birth chart. All the concepts eventually narrows down to the exact birth chart of it. And also the power of your intent and faith. A remedy done without faith is like a phone with no battery. Intention is everything. The universe responds to your emotional resonance. Okay, so if you chant a mantra while scrolling your phone, or if you're listening to a mantra and you're looking into a computer or something else, it may not work. But if you chant with attention, full love and full focus, it becomes a prayer. It aligns your emotions with the action. The results amplify, definitely. Remedies are not mechanical rituals. They are energetic conversations with the cosmos, frequency. Lastly, couple of words before I end up this video is how to track your results of your remedy. Start a remedy journal. Write down what you are doing, when you have started, what are the things you have changed. You can have a follow-up session with your Vedic astrologer. At least once in a year is good time, like how you follow up with your doctor every once in a year, sort of, to see if things are all good. So once in a year is sort of a good time to keep check. But also you have to be very patient. The universe works on divine timing and not our human time and not our human impatience. And also remember, sometimes the biggest remedy is the inner work, forgiveness, gratitude, and releasing ego. That's the core remedy. Write down. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. Here's the takeaway. A big takeaway for you today is that astrological remedies aren't about fixing what's broken. They are about remembering who you are beyond the noise, the karma and the chaos, okay? And the stars, they don't control you. They mirror you, and more often than not, they are rooting for you. And remedies, they are just the tools to polish that mirror, and so you can see yourself very clearly in the mirror, and you can move consciously and heal from within. So remedies is like a healing concept. But don't just start with chanting mantras or wearing gemstone just like a fashion, or just like looking at some TikTok or Insta reel. You have to consult an astrologer. If you need any astrological guidance, my website is right here. You can connect with me for any astrological consultations. I would definitely look forward to you. You can get your chart read. You can understand who you are, why you are here, how and what. Because alignment isn't one size fits all. It's tailor-made, just like your birth chart. If it's cracked open, something in you and your quest for growth and karmic stability is very important. Subscribe, share this video with your friends and family. Thank you so much for watching this conversation, and tell me what remedy really works for you and which was your favorite part of this whole video. What are you still unsure about in this video? Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and please remember, the stars guide but they don't decide. Who decides? It's the you who decides. Take care. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.